Everyone, I'm here. It is Coaches and Cocktails, and I had a couple of little glitches technically, but we've worked those out, and so we're here. It's Friday night, and it's Coaches and Cocktails. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. I hope that you have moved yourselves closer to your goal, right? Done some things that really is going to impact your life and your family's life. And so tonight we're going to talk about two things to consider, and it's all about your success. So I'm going to give it a few moments and let Facebook work on that audience and build that audience. And as a matter of fact, I think I am going to share. So hang on for just a moment. And if you've joined me, make sure that you say hello so that I can say hello back and know that you are there. And we can have our Friday night conversation. So do you have your cocktail? I have my cocktail, right? And not telling you what's in the cup tonight. So make sure you have yours and you're ready to have a little conversation. So let me find this and share. And we can get this party started. I hope you guys are having a great Friday night. Are you doing anything special? If you're just getting home from work, I know you're probably relaxing and, just trying to unwind from the week, right? So I hope that you're doing some great things this evening, okay? So let me share real quick. Hang on. Hang on one second. Coaches and Coffee, and it's really Coaches and Cocktails. You guys know that I do Coaches and Coffee on this belt, right? On Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, and I believe that would be like 6 a.m. Pacific time, early for the West Coast people, but that's when we do Coaches and Coffee right here live on my Valerie Priester page. So, but tonight is all about Coaches and Cocktails, right? Because it's time to relax, kick back, and let's just talk about this whole coaching thing. Hi, Claudette. Good to see you. So make sure that you have grabbed your cocktail, whatever that may be, right? I will tell the secret. I have apple juice in my little red plastic wine cup, okay? It's apple juice. So I'm going to share this out, and then we're going to get started. Claudette, I hope you're doing great. I'm so glad you could join me. Okay, let's post this there and share it out so we can get some other people to come on and join us. Good to see you too. I hope you had an amazing week. Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Before I get started, I've been dibbling and dabbling with some technical stuff. I actually had to get a new computer. My laptop died. And it was time to get a new computer, so kind of dibbling and dabbling with getting the camera and everything set up. And I want to make sure that the sound is good, the picture's good. We don't have any crazy fuzziness when I move around. So let me know if you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly. I appreciate it. So, guys, I want to ask this one question. So, lately I've just been realizing, hi, Melissa, that I've been getting these, pimples. I have to, see what side they're on. You can hear me clearly. Thank you. Getting these pimples, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like not 12, right? Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm just going to contribute it to maybe eating some things that I probably shouldn't eat, right? Or maybe something's reacting, right? My skin's reacting to something, so I don't know. But, the days of getting pimples, right? I thought they were gone. So who knows, right? So anyway, welcome to Coaches and Cocktail, right? So we're here every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that would be 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm running a little behind because I had some technical things come up and trying to get those worked out, but thank goodness we got them worked out. Claudette has confirmed that she can hear me clearly. She can see me. So thank you, Melissa. I welcome you. Thank you for popping in and being here. And so, guys, make sure you share and invite others to come join us for Coaches and Cocktails. I have my cocktail. Do you have yours? And so again, I gave the secret that my cocktails are really just apple juice, but I like this cup, so I drink it out of here, right? So I have mine, right? Yeah, food will do that. I realize that, some things, like if we eat too much chocolate or, something like that, sometimes it will cause a reaction, in our skin. And I don't know what it is that I've been eating a lot of, but I haven't had that much chocolate, haven't had that much sweet, so I don't know what's going on with that, right? And then I'm having a moment right now, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But guys, I want to really just kind of dive in because I don't like to hold you long and prolong this broadcast and keep you too long on a Friday night, because I know you're unwinding from the week and you're trying to get relaxed, and this is your time, this is your precious time. So I just want to talk about two things to consider, and they're all about your success, right? No matter what it is that you're trying to do, if it is your success in building a business, right? I have a big gulp, 52 ounce of water. Good for you. That's what I use. Actually, I do. Okay, look. I do have my water here too. Okay. And I keep this around and I drink on it most of the day. So I do have my water there as well. But I want to talk about two things that, let me get some breathing air here, because it's like, man, I'm warm today. And I have the ceiling fan on. Imagine that. Two things that you should consider. And it's all about your success, whether you're building a business, whether you're going into ministry, whether you're trying to get a promotion on your job, no matter what it is, these two things I want you to consider as it relates to you being successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? So there's some things that I really believe, especially as being an entrepreneur, that we have to get a handle on in order for us to reach the level of success that we're trying to reach, right? One of the things that is so very important, and I'm teaching it right now in my mastermind group, is your money mindset. Yeah, your money mindset, right? A lot of people don't think about this. They don't give it a second thought, but your money mindset has a lot to do with your success, right? Whatever it is that you have been taught about money, whatever it is that you, have grown accustomed to dealing with as it relates to money, it can impact your success. And so here's what I mean. I know when I was growing up, right, I heard these phrases a lot. And if you've heard them before, I want you to just put yes in the chat box, right? I heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees, right? We can't afford that, right? Only the rich people do that. Okay, and here's the good one. Here's the one I know that everyone has probably heard. And that is, money is the root of all evil, right? If you've heard any of these, just put yes in the chat box. Let me know that I'm talking to the right group of people, right? Because I know that you've probably heard them. We all pretty much grew up with those sayings, especially depending on, the financial stability of your family when you were growing up. I came from a not very poor, but I came from a family that wasn't a wealthy family. And there was a lot of blockage. There was a lot of negative money mindset that was around me. And so those things were things that I heard a lot. You too, Claudette? I heard them a lot. I heard the, money doesn't grow on trees thing. I heard that a lot. And so when we grow up, when we hear those things, what it does is it sets up a paradigm in our mind, and we begin to agree with that as we're growing up, because that's what was modeled to us. That's what we believe. So we grow up believing that money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm not saying that money does grow on trees, but here's what I will say to you. This is an abundant universe. That's the way that God created it. It lacks nothing, right? And by the same token, we lack nothing, absolutely nothing. But it depends on your money mindset and what you think about money and what you think about whether you are lacking or whether you are in abundance, right? And that's all about shifting a mindset. You can believe that you are lacking, and you can continue to repeat that you're lacking, that you can't afford something, you don't have enough money for something, or, something costs too much, or you'll never be able to afford something. If those are the things that you're constantly saying, then you have a negative money mindset. And that negative money mindset is going to be very, very hard for you to take that into growing a successful business, or anything for that matter, that as when it comes to, something that you're dealing with money on. So I'm going to talk from the business perspective because that's what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about when you're looking at building your business and you want to become a coach and you want to build your practice so that you can make income, right? Your money mindset is going to be very important when it comes to, can I do this, right? And so, as I said, many people don't really think that it has an impact, but it does. And many people don't even realize that they have a negative money mindset. It's just the things that they keep saying over and over again because that's what they're used to saying. That's how they were taught, And here's the other thing when it comes to the money mindset, right? A lot of times we're so stuck on looking at what is, and we're quick to say, well, that's my reality. That's what I'm dealing with. So that's what I got to look at, right? So it may be your reality that you're having a financial struggle right now. That may be your reality. But what I challenge you to do is to shift your focus and not be so focused on the reality of, a financial struggle, but think about yourself in the position and in the light that God has already intended for you to be. And that is that you're living an abundant life. Think about what your life would be like if you didn't have any money struggles. Focus your mind on what it would feel like, right? And sit in that feeling and start to feel good about your life and how it would be if you had no money struggles. In order for you to really create the life that you want, when it comes to being financially free and financially set and stable, right? Part of what you have to do is imagine yourself there. That's what we call creating. That's what we call manifesting. That's what we call really visioning what you want. And so you have a choice. You can either vision your current situation and keep saying that I'm struggling financially. I'm struggling financially. And what you're doing is you're creating more of that struggle. Right? Can't tell you how powerful your words are, how powerful your thoughts are, right? Those are the things that you use to create. And so you have to become mindful of what am I speaking? What am I saying? What am I thinking on? And as you shift your thoughts and as you shift your thinking, you will notice there will be a shift in your life too, right? You have to believe this too. You can't just say, well, I'm going to just say a lot of positive things. You got to believe it from deep within. And that's why I tell you, really get in touch with how you feel about being financially free. What is the feeling that you'll have, right? What's that feeling of joy and that feeling of gratefulness? Learn how to tap into that. Feel it now. That's all a part of faith too, right? We cannot expect to see before we believe. So I challenge you to believe before you see. And when you believe before you see, then you will create the very thing that you desire to see. But if you keep focusing on the what is, you keep focusing on the challenge, you keep focusing on the struggle, that's what you create more of. So the number one thing is your money mindset, okay? It impacts your success greatly, okay? The second thing is this. What are you really focused on? So many times I get, people coming to me and they want to build a successful business, coaching business, right? But they're like in this place where I see something over here that someone's doing, so I want to run over there and I want to try that, right? You've heard of this before, that shiny object syndrome, right? And so they keep running around in circles. They keep going from one place to the other. They're all over the place. So they're really not focused on any one thing. So a really dear friend of mine, one of my super friends, said that his mentor told him that focus stands for, and I want to make sure I get this right. I had wrote it down, but I don't have it in front of me. Focus stands for focus on one course until success. And I believe I got that right. Okay? Focus on one, and I think it's one course of action until success, or yeah, I think that was right. I'll put the correct one if I got it wrong in the comments. But to break that down and to really paraphrase it, it really just means you have to focus on one thing at a time. Don't buy into the myth that you can do 50 different things, right? Don't buy into the myth that you can start 5 businesses at once. You can't, right? I'm an ex-project manager, right? That was my corporate world. I did it for 13 years. And one of the things that I used to do when I worked in the corporate world as a project manager is I multitasked a lot. A lot. And I used to pride myself on, oh, I'm really good at multitasking, right? I can work on this one project while I'm on a conference call about another project, right? But what I learned is that, yes, while we may be able to multitask, we're still not doing the one task at 100%. We're spreading ourselves thin. So we're doing, maybe 50% on this one task and 50% on the other. And if you're doing 3 or 4 things at a time, then you're spread even, more thin over those things. And so you're not focused on any one thing. You're not giving your 100% to any one thing. And what will happen if you're not focused on any one thing, you're spinning your wheels trying to become, right, the Jill of all trades. And what will happen is you'll be the master of none. Okay? So I know you've heard that before, right? Jack of all trades and master of none. Well, we're ladies, so we'll be Jill of all trades and master of none. And that's really what will happen. You will not master any one thing. So I say to you, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to become a speaker, if you're trying to, build a ministry, whatever it is, get really laser focused on that one thing until you master it. It's not to say that you can't add other things later or that you can't do other things. You can always do other things, but there's a way to do it. And if you don't do it so that you have, clear focus on one thing at a time, then you're not giving that thing your all. You're not present when you're working on it. You're thinking about the 5 other things that you're trying to do over here in the other area. Right? So in order to see real success, I say, and this is just my opinion, you can try it any way you want. I've tried it in different ways. I've tried to do 2 or 3 different things and it didn't work well for me. But this is my opinion. You got to be focused on one thing, laser focused on it until you master it. And mastery can be bringing it to the level of success that you desire, right? Don't let anybody else define that for you. Your success is your success. So if your success level, let's say with your coaching business, is that you want to earn your first $20,000, your first $25,000 in your business, right, this year, if that's your level of success, then that's your goal and that's what you go after. So you don't have to listen to other people saying, well, you need to make 100,000, you need to make 6 figures, you need to do this. What is your definition of success for you, your business, and your life? Right? That's why I am so passionate about teaching women how to build their coaching business to fit into your life, right? Because some of you have busy lives. Some of you are working, 9-to-5 careers, not just jobs, but careers, and they're very busy. You may be raising a family. You may be taking care of an elderly relative. There's a lot of things going on in our lives, and yet we know that we were called to serve, and we want to build a business where we can do that, where we can impact the lives of others. So I like to teach my clients, build your business the way that it serves you and your life. Right where you are today. When I started my business, I started part-time. I was working a very stressful full-time career as a project manager. And I can remember, days of working 12 to 14-hour days and still coming home and dedicating 2 or 3 hours to my business at night. Right? To build it to the place where I wanted it to be. And so I like to teach that same model to, my clients. Build your business the way that you want it. But you got to be focused. You got to be laser focused on what it is that you're working on. You cannot just give it half of your attention or a third of your attention or a fourth of your attention because you got so many other things that you're trying to also launch at the same time. All right? So the 2 things that I want you to consider, number 1 is your money mindset. Number 2, it is getting focused on the one thing until you see success. Okay? So that's my little talk for you guys tonight for Coaches and Cocktail. I thank you so much for being here with me. Remember, if you want to reach out and connect with me, I love talking to people about their dream and what they're trying to do. And if you're really trying to build a coaching business and you need help with that, be sure to reach out to me, right? I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it. There you go. You can go to bit.ly/VP, and the VP is capital, 30-minute call. So 30 MIN call. And connect with me. Let's talk about your goals, your dreams, and what you're trying to do. And I can give you at least one powerful step that can move you forward, right, in your business desires and what you really, really want to do, right? Or even in your life. If you're stuck in your life, let's have a conversation about that, right? Because here's what I believe, and I know. In order for your business to be successful, you have to be successful in your life as well. They kind of go hand in hand, okay? So reach out, connect with me. Thank you so much, Claudette. I appreciate you being here. You have an amazing weekend, and I'm looking forward to talking with you soon and working with you because I can't wait. But make sure, guys, again, reach out, and then join me back here next week for another episode of Coaches and Cocktail. Make sure you have your cocktail. I got my apple juice and my water. And another episode of Coaches and Cocktail, 7 p.m. Central on Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I believe it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then make sure, if you're not connected with me in my Victorious Living community, you can go to bit.ly/Victorious Living, or search for it here on Facebook, Victorious Living, and join me in the community. It's a community that I created so that you can come in, let your hair down, you can share, you can collaborate, make connections, and there's some very, very powerful people in the group as well. So come and join me in that community, and then be sure to join me also for Coaches and Coffee on Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. right here live on Facebook. And that's 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, and then 6 a.m. early for Pacific time, my West Coast people. All right? So you guys have an amazing weekend, and be sure, too, to catch me on Periscope tomorrow night. I do a recap of Iyanla Fix My Life and kind of discuss, what we learned during that show. So be sure to catch me tomorrow night on Periscope. Okay, and I'm Valerie Priester on Periscope. And also Valerie Priester across all other social media networks. So you guys have an amazing weekend. We'll see you next time.